So having ADHD and being productive. Can it happen? Is it a myth? What's the deal? Having ADHD and being productive. Can it happen? How to get there? What does that look like? So we're going to start off with, what is ADHD? So it's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And it's a condition that affects your ability to focus, and it controls your impulses and has an effect on your energy levels as well. There's two main types of ADHD. There is the inattentive type and people that have the ineffective type. And what that means is a person will usually have difficulties with keeping up their attention span while doing tasks or even playing. They can often come across as careless with their work or whatever they do. It can appear that they're not listening when being spoken to directly. They can seem quite forgetful and clumsy, and they can easily be distracted by their own thoughts or the outside world. There's also the hyperactive impulsive type, and they're sort of seen as quite jittery and fidgety. They really struggle to sit still or maintain a seated position. You'd probably describe them as being on the go all the time, a bit rushy. They can sometimes be seen as a bit rude in the sense that they will, for example, if they're getting asked a question open to a group, they can just blurt out the answer and not think and let other people answer the question. Or if they hear the question and it's directed at someone else, they might just jump in and get going with it. And in such, they have trouble waiting their turn. It's almost like they're sped up. And then there is actually a third option, a third type, which is combined, which is a mix of both, which must be really difficult. Now, I haven't been formally diagnosed with ADHD, but my partner, we truly believe that I have the inattentive type, in the sense that I will get distracted by so many things, and it's what we're here about today to talk about. So the other part of the question we've got to ask when saying, can we be productive with ADHD, is what does being productive actually look like to me? So being productive, in my eyes, is using your time wisely and efficiently. So that can be a case of setting myself clear, concise goals and actually working towards it. It can mean effective time management as well. So give myself a block of time and actually work towards the goals and tasks that I set. It also, in my mind, means using the appropriate tools to help me manage what I need and want to get done. It's not just about need, in my opinion, it's also about want. So things that I want to get done as well as things I need to get done. So some examples are, I need to do housework, for example. I need to look after my daughter. I want to record this YouTube video. I want to grow a business. And being productive is being able to manage my time that I have and work on all of those. Now, I find having ADHD means that I have the tendency to overexert myself and also start and stop a lot of projects. And that's quite a big initial roadblock to get over, is constantly stopping and starting projects. So how do I get over that first initial hurdle of stopping and starting projects? I have my trusty bullet journal. I don't know if you can see the brand. It's been beaten up. It's haggard. It's nowhere near full, but normally I'm quite a stationery snob and I'll use any excuse to buy a new notebook. And I've stuck with that one for a good old while, which is good. It shows that I keep going to that one and I go back to the ADHD thing. So what I'll do is I'll distract myself and think, right, new project, new notebook, let's get going. So bear with me. I have 4 other notebooks that I've ended up just rubbish notebooks, just trying to get myself in line. And I think I've finally managed to find a system which works a bit. I've also been looking through, where is it? I've also been looking for a book called The Career Workbook, and it sort of prompts you to try and look deep inside and see what sort of things you want and actually want to achieve in life. So I've been trying to basically get clear in my mind what sort of things I actually want to achieve. So that's the first roadblock of having ADHD and trying to get productive, is not knowing where to go. But once you've got there, I will have more videos about how I got there later on, but this is more focused on just the productivity aspect of it. So this current method that I've hit on is quite recent. It's quite new to me, I'd say, given the past 2 weeks. And I'm not going to lie, it sounds like I'm blowing smoke up my own arse, but it feels revolutionary. It feels like the pieces are all coming together now. That's why I'm making this video. I've recorded some other videos. I'm actually feeling like I'm getting on top of things, which is what everybody wants in life, really, isn't it? They just want to get on top of what they need to get on top of. So, big controversial thing that I think has worked for me. So, I saw an advert for an ad. Baby, you okay? You okay, little one? Yeah. Checking up on the baby. So, back at it. Just, you know. So, I saw an ad, and it was about some kind of sound therapy, and you had to pay for it, and I wasn't interested in that. So I just went straight to Spotify, and what it said was look at 852 hertz, which is just a noise, really. And I played it on some headphones, some noise cancelling headphones, and I can't even explain the feeling it had on my brain. It almost felt like my brain was being shocked, but shocked in a way that sort of, instead of being tense, it just sort of to unclench. That's all I can say that it sounds like, which sounds really cliche, it sounds really weird. And I've played it to my partner, and she was like, that's horrible, that really hurts. You know, she doesn't like it. But so I just had to share it with her. But I did it, put it on my head, and I was just like, it just felt nice. Which is strange because it's just a sound. It's literally just one frequency, one sound. And I don't really understand the science behind it. I don't understand why it works. I don't even know if perhaps it's just in my own head some sort of placebo. But ever since taking that on board and listening to it when I'm trying to do things, or just before, just to take a minute to do it, it feels like I'm getting my shit together. So with this newfound, you know, calming thing, I've then coupled that up with Apple reminders. You can see there, I always have a calendar on the go. So that's like our weekly glass calendar that we fill in and scribble. That's always there. We have a big month calendar, you know, Google calendars. I've got all calendars on the go at all times. So I have, you know, my watch. It's on all the time just to make sure. But calendars are great, but then reminders are more for like my day-to-day tasks and things that I need to do. And I'm really finding that with this frequency and Apple reminders, I really feel like I'm getting a whole lot done, and I'm feeling a lot more positive about myself and the position that I'm in, and also the position that I'm heading in. And I couldn't wait. I just needed to share this with people. And if, like me, you do struggle with your productivity, because a lot of the times I'd find myself almost in a bit of a paralyzed state, and I wouldn't be doing anything. I'd just be wasting time, knowing full well that I want to do something, knowing that I need to do something, but just not being able to move, really. And I can't explain why that is. I don't know, and I don't know what triggers it. But that sound, that frequency, seems to help clear, demist, and is working wonders on me at the minute. Coupled with Apple reminders and calendars to keep me going, I feel like that is me sort of making real starts. So another thing that that I've been adding into it while I've been doing some sort of deep work type thing, so like writing. For example, when I was doing Rose's EHCP, which if you want a video on that, I can. It's a bit more detailed, a bit more niche and specific, but I can go into details there on what we've done. Is I've been doing the Pomodoro method, you know, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, on, off, on, off. So on, sound on in the background, and then stop, turn it off when it's not time, and just keep getting onto it. And I feel like my productivity and my output has just, you know, I mean, you can't times anything by zero, but it's gone pretty. I just feel like I'm getting my life in order, like things getting where they need to be, and I'm heading in the right direction. And it feels very comforting to me that I'm actually taking some steps to get in the right direction. So that's the reason I made this video. I'm hoping that it might help potentially a viewer with or without ADHD, I don't know. But if this helps just even one person, obviously I'll feel good about that, and they'll feel good about it, because this truly, I explained it to my son. I said, Archie, I have found the most wonderful noise in the world. And he laughed at me. He has a bit of ADHD. He's more on the hyper side of things. And even he enjoyed it. He was like, I know it seemed to fit in his head as well. You know, my other son, he didn't like it. Wife, she didn't like it. But me and him, we had this sound on and we were just there like, it was great and feeling good about it. And ultimately, isn't that what everybody wants? So if this does help you, obviously do the YouTube things, the like, the notifications. And where I'm hoping this will take me is I'm hoping it will show me some significant improvements in my family life, in the sense I'll be able to provide a bit more, do more and get in order. I'm hoping it will help increase my mental health as well as a person. And I'm hoping it will help me take steps towards my life goals. Now, knowing what the reason why I picked those things and how I'm tackling them will require a more in-depth video that I've got ready to go, and also breaking down how it is I reflected upon my life and what it was that I needed to work on or wanted to work on, for lack of better words. And again, it's all thanks to this, and I will have a video breaking this down in the near future on how to get a compass on your life and grab it by the horns. This is the key, and I'll show you how to find the right door and move forward through it. Thanks for watching if you've made it all the way through. Thank you.